Today we are discussing about the methods of solid waste disposal. How solid waste are disposed. Next one, methods of disposal. The principal methods of refuse disposal are dumping, controlled tipping or sanitary landfill, incineration, composting, manure pits, burial. Among these, our syllabus consisting of two areas, that is nothing but the sanitary landfill and composting. We are discussing only two portions, that is sanitary landfill and composting. Now, controlled tipping are nothing but sanitary landfill. Controlled tipping or sanitary landfill is the most satisfactory method of refuse disposal where suitable land is available. It differs from ordinary dumping in that the material is placed in a trench or other prepared area, adequately compacted and covered with earth at the end of the working day. Here the sanitary landfilling, we are observing that the trench preparation, this trench is covered with soil. The term modified sanitary landfilling has been applied those operations where compaction and covering are accomplished once or twice a week. Next one, coming to the trench method, where we are observing the picture. This is the trench method where level ground is available. The trench method is usually chosen. A long trench dug out 2 to 3 meters, that is nothing but the 6 to 10 feet deep, 4 to 12 meters, that is nothing but the 12 to 36 feet wide, depending on local conditions, whether it is dry soil or moist soil, depends on the soil conditions and local conditions. We are digging long trench. We are observing in the picture that it consisting of long trench. Trough like area is nothing but the long trench. Now the refuse is compacted and covered with excavated earth. We are observing the excavated earth is covered with the refuses, that is nothing but the waste material, where compacted refuse is placed in the fill to a depth of 2 meters. Refuses are filled in the depth of 2 meters is nothing but the 6 feet. It is estimated that 1 acre of land per year will be required for 10,000 population. Next one, second one, ramp method. Also we are observing that the ramp like structure, slope like, widen like structures are nothing but the ramp method. In this method is well suited where the terrain is moderately sloping nature consisting areas is suitable for the ramp method. Some excavation is done to secure the covering material. In this ramp method, we are excavate some soil material at the bottom and placed the refuses and covered with a ramp like structure. The next one, area method. This method is used for filling land depressions. For example, slopes or disused quarries and clay pits. We are observing the quarries, lengthiest valleys or quarries or clay pits. These are unused pits are used for the land depressions, also used for the area method. The refuse is deposited, packed and consolidated in uniform layer up to 2 to 2.5 meters deep. Then each layer is sealed on its exposed surface with a mud cover at least 30 centimeters thick. Such sealing prevents infestation by flies and rodents and suppresses the nuisance of smell and dust. This method often has the disadvantage of requiring supplemental earth from outside sources. Next, coming to the second topic is nothing but the composting. It is a process of nature whereby organic matter break down under bacterial action, resulting in the formation of relatively stable humus-like material called the compost. Compost is the breakdown of organic matter under bacterial action, resulting in the formation of relatively stable. Composting is the process of natural decomposing of bacterial action of organic matter breakdown under bacterial action, resulting in the formation of variety of stable humus-like materials called compost, which has considerably manurial value over the soil. The principal byproduct are in this composting, the principal byproducts are carbon dioxide, water and heat. The heat produced during the composting is approximately 60 degrees centigrade or higher over a period of several days, destroying eggs and larvae of flies, weed seeds and pathogenic agents. The end product, compost containing few or no disease producing organisms, and is a good soil builder containing small amounts of the major plant nutrients such as nitrates and phosphates. The composting consisting of the following methods, that is Bangalore method is nothing but the anaerobic method. Mechanical composting is nothing but the aerobic method. Now coming to the Bangalore method of composting. Here the picture we are observing the Bangalore method of composting. Here Bangalore method of composting. This method of composting was developed at Bangalore in India in 1939. It has been recommended as a satisfactory method of disposal of town waste and night soil. Night soil is nothing but the soil waste materials, excretory materials collected at night. మనం తెలుగులో ఏమనుకుంటామంటే మలం. Night soil is nothing but the. It has been recommended as a satisfactory method of disposal of town waste and night soil. It is also called a hot fermentation process. Trenches are dug 3 feet deep, 5 to 8 meters broad and 15 to 30 feet long. It should be located 800 meters away from the city limits. First, a layer of refuse about 15 centimeters thick is spread at the bottom of the trench. Over this, night soil is added corresponding to the thickness of 5 centimeters. Here we are observing the first refuse is filled up to 15 centimeters. Then this refuse is covered with night soil is nothing but the malam. Then it is covered, added and corresponding to the thickness 5 centimeters. Then Alternate layers of the refuse and night soil are added in the portion of 15 centimeters and 5 centimeters respectively. We are observing first layer is the refuse layer, then we are observing the night soil, then refuse layer, then night soil. This type of layers are prepared alternatively till the hip rises to 30 centimeters, that means 1 feet above the ground. That means alternatively we are filling refuse and night soil, refuse and night soil up to 30 centimeters above the ground level, rises above the ground level. Here we are observing the different pits, that is Bangalore method. We are observing different types of pits. Next one, the top layer should be of refuse at least 25 centimeters thickness. Then the hip is covered with excavated earth. Now the hip is covered with, alternately we are preparing the refuse, night soil, then finally the hip is covered with the excavated earth. Within 7 days, as a result of bacterial action, considerably heat over 60 degrees is generated in the compost mass. This intense heat, which persists over 2 or 3 weeks, serves to decompose the refuse and night soil and destroy all the pathogenic and parasitic organisms. At the end of the 4 to 6 months, decomposition is complete and the resulting manure is a well decomposed, odorless, innocuous material of high manural value. We are observing the fine after 4 to 6 months, we are observing the peak. This is the highly manure material. Next one, second one, that is aerobic. We are Bangalore method is the anaerobic method. This is the mechanical composting method. Second one is the aerobic method or indoor method. Compost is manufactured on large scale. The refuse is first cleared of solvable material, that is nothing but the such as racks, bones, metal, glass, items which are rendered to interfere in grinding. That means it will be in the refuse, it will be in the firstly soluble material is nothing but the simplest material. It is then pulverized in pulverizing equipment in order to reduce the size of the particle to less than 2 inches. Pulverizer is nothing but the grinding material. మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి ఉంటారు, పిండి గ్రైండింగ్ చేసినప్పుడు కదా ఎక్కువగా ఉన్న శనగలు కానీ లేదా మన గింజలను కానీ చిన్న చిన్న పౌడర్ కింద మార్చేస్తాయి కదా, అలాగే చేసే ఒక మిషన్ని మనం ఏంటంటే పల్వనైజర్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద పల్వనైజర్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ ద reduces the size of the soil or refuse metal particles less than 2 inches. Next, pulverized refuse is then mixed with sewage sludge or night soil in a rotating machine and incubated. These are the rotating machines. These are incubated. The entire process of composting is completed in 4 to 6 weeks. This method of composting is the function in some of the developed countries, example Holland, Germany, Switzerland, Ireland. Cities such as Delhi, Nagpur, Mumbai, Chennai, Pune, Allahabad, Hyderabad, Lucknow and Kanpur has offered to join the governments for setting up pilot plants for mechanical composting. Next, coming to the vermicomposting. In this, municipal solid waste is highly organic in nature. So, vermicomposting has become an appropriate alternative for the safe, hygienic and cost-effective disposal of it. In this method, earthworms feed on the organic matter present in the solid waste and converted into casting rich in the plant nutrients. Vermicomposting has been used in various cities of India like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai and Faridabad. We are observing the description of layers in a wooden box for the preparation of vermicompost. Here observing the outer layer is nothing but the wooden box. In this bottom first layer, that is slow decomposing material. Next one second layer, first layer thickness is up to 6 to 8 centimeters. Next the second layer thickness is 5 to 8 centimeters. Second layer half or fully decomposed cow dung or vermicompost. Next third layer is nothing but the 6 to 8 centimeters thickness. It is consisting of earthworms. Fourth layer 15 to 20 centimeters thickness with consisting of kitchen waste or garden waste or mixed with cow dung. And then fifth layer is jute cloth. This is the preparation of the vermicompost wooden box. Next one, build a warm tunnel vermicomposting system. Here the observing the warm tunnel like structure preparing for the vermicomposting system. Here observing the upper layer is the cover. It consisting of 30 centimeters. Next bottom we are observing the compost. Next one on the surface of the compost we are observing the large hole drilled in pots. Okay. On the upper surface of the compost we are observing the fruits and vegetable scraps. Then on that surface warm blankets. Next plastic pot with bottom recovered. Here this is a warm tunnel system for vermicomposting.